Beautiful sold-out show in Bay Ridge Arena Studios in beautiful Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, New York. My name is MMA 316, Mike Mordecai Einhorn, all day, every day. UFC 290. Welcome back to MMA 316's world. UFC 290 in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Say I've yet to go to, but we'll go to one day, of course. By the way, of course, in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, Bay Ridge Arena Studios. New apartment, new studios, same MMA 316. UFC 290, Alexander the Great Volkanovski, the UFC Featherweight champ, will headline the event versus the interim champion at Featherweight, Yair Rodriguez. Should be a bar burner, should be explosive, should be crazy, insane in the membrane. It will be co-main event, of course, by Brandon. They fly for the UFC flyweight belt. Brandon Assassin Baby Moreno versus Alexander Pantoja. I believe these two gentlemen fought before. This is their second fight. I want to actually see Brandon Moreno. I want to look up his. I want to see what the first fight was back in 2018. These two men fight. Alexander Pantoja won that one in 3 rounds. Went the distance. A lot has changed. Alexander Pantoja, not the champion. Brandon Assassin Baby Moreno, of course, is. Brandon Assassin Baby, of course, coming up. What is it? It wasn't even a trilogy. It went past trilogy. It was quadrilogy with Davison, Davis, God of War, Davison Figueiredo, who I believe has moved up to the bantamweight division, continue his career. That guy was crazy nice. So that'll be a phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal co-main event. And the co-main, of course, Robert the Weeper Whittaker, who wants to go, if he wins this match, trilogy himself with Israel, the King of Israel, Adesanya, current UFC middleweight champ, versus DRICUS du Plessis, who is an up-and-coming South African fighter who, I'll be honest, seems like he might be a little racist. Not that I'm a person that plays too much into that whole woke social justice warrior kind of deal. That's not my deal. Ever will be, never has been. But it is, Actually, you know what? I take that back. I don't feel like going into that direction. That should be a great fucking fight. For real, no bullshit. And the second fight will be Jalen Turner, who is great striker, versus Dan Hooker, another great striker for that lightweight. Actually, it's technically the lightweight division, but really isn't, because Jalen Turner missed weight so it's a catch weight because he missed weight by 3 pounds. Should be a phenomenal fight. First one coming up: Bo Nickel versus Val Woodburn. Bo Nickel about to come up. He hold on. He is the highest betting favorite in Vegas MMA history. But Val Woodburn, taking nothing away from this Brazilian man, is undefeated, and this can end up being a phenomenal, spectacular fight regardless. He was originally, what's his name? Bo Nickel was originally supposed to be facing Tresengor. I don't know why that. I hate when that happens with these fights. But that's not going to happen, unfortunately. And we'll see what will happen though with these two fighters. I still say it should be a great fight, and I want to see what the deal is. They're about to come out right now, and here we go. Actually, Val Woodburn. Let's actually see. Let's see. He's actually, I'm sorry, not Brazilian, Jamaican. Jamaican born in Riversdale, Jamaica. It should be noted that Val Woodburn, 5 of his 7 victories in MMA have been by knockout, TKO knockouts. All that from Combat Night Sports. He wants to get his own hype train. He actually was he's 7-0, and in Combat Night Combat Night Pro, he actually ended by being champion against Luis Melo. He experienced, he is violent. His UFC debut, 3 first-round finishes, finished 5 of his 7 wins, all by knockout. Don't count this man out. Oh, Nickel, you're an experiment. Val Woodburn, this fight is an experiment. If I'm honest, I'm not sure who's got it all, but we'll see what happens, man. I can't call it. I want to say Bo Nickel, he's the highest betting favorite in MMA history. That is true. That means Val Woodburn shocked the world time for Val Woodburn, as far as I'm concerned. It's going to end up being a phenomenal fight. I don't want it to just be boring, whoa, Bo Nickel dominating. Bo Nickel is, to me, an experiment. He's like not this prodigy. He's not this shit. Maybe he had a great amateur wrestling background, nothing to take away from him, but he's new to the game. So I'm not going to just put him up automatically. I don't care what Vegas, how much these fans are kissing his ass as he's coming to the ring, but born in Colorado, I'm not my heart and soul ain't with him for real. Just being honest, he ain't there yet, or ever maybe. Bo Nickel, undefeated also, finished all 4 wins, 3 submissions, 3-time NCAA Division National Wrestling Champion at Penn State, awarded UFC contract Dana White Contender Series, Season 6, Week 10. It should also be noted, I don't give a fuck if you love him, you hate him, what you think about him. Dana White came to the ring, not came to the ring, but came in with, what's his name, former president Donald Trump, who, whatever. I don't love him. I don't hate him. I don't give a fuck. Kind of a dipshit, but it is what it is. By the way, props to watch Nickel to win by submission, minus 180 odds. Nickel to win by decision, plus 1100. Nichols to win by KO, TKO, plus 240. Listen, Bo Nickel, all due respect, you new to the game, son. I'm not winning because he's automatically got this. That's bullshit. I want let's see this fight. Tail of the tape right now. Middleweight. Nickel. I'm sorry. Val Woodburn, 2 years older, 4 inches shorter, half pound less, and a 2-inch reach disadvantage. He's 7-0 plus 900 underdog. So if you bet on him, you're about to win lots of money if he wins. I would not surprise me. As Bruce Buffer is wearing one of the ugliest suits I've ever seen in my life. This guy gets paid lots of money, and he's dressing like an asshole. I'm sorry, like a doofus. I'm sorry. Let me change that. He's dressing like a doofus. Great voice, dressing like a doofus, though. We're going to be for real. Dressing like a doofus. All right, here we go. Woodburn. Bo Nickel in the blue trunks. Befitting the guy who is overrated. And Bo Nickel coming in green and yellow, mostly green trunks. All right, the fight is underway. UFC 290 is officially underway. Round one is absolutely upon us. Woodburn, I like his stance. I hope he beats Bo Nickel. Ooh. 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 All right, Bo Nickel early on going for trying to take a wrestling takedown. Good defense by Val Woodburn, who looks like an absolute tank. Oh, nice shot by Val Woodburn. Oh, nice shot by Bo Nickel. Oh, shoot. Val Nickel. Quick. Another quick first round finish tonight. The fourth of the night. Well, third quick one. And Bo Nickel, Val Woodburn, I was wrong about you. You just got schooled, son. Bo Nickel, super quick. Tank of a punch. Knocks out Val Woodburn, who looked like a brick shit house, but got knocked and dominated. And Bo Nickel, I don't know if you just shocked the world. I wouldn't go that far. That was one hell of a knock the fuck out. For real. Bo Nickel, I'm going to retract. As Bo Nickel says, hey, how you doing? Dana White and former President Trump. Bo Nickel, we give it to you, man. That actually was like, yo, this guy might be for real. Not just some hype train. By Monaco, feel the fun. Oh, nice shot. That rocked Val Woodburn. And Bo Nickel gets out of the way. Great footwork by Bo Nickel. Gives him a nice punch to Val Woodburn. Takes another punch. Oh, and he's rocked. Caught, dropped. And just and Bo Nickel is absolutely locked. And Val Woodburn didn't even know what hit him. Ooh, great uppercut. And jab from Bo Nickel. It's over. Bo Nickel, welcome to the UFC. That was some badass craziness right there. I love it. Good job. Nickel. This guy might be for real. The hype train might not be lying to me right now. This guy, I'm sold. Modelo, 38 seconds into the first round. KO! Yo, defeated Bo Nickel! Shows respect to Val Woodburn. I like the sportsmanship. Gets to be treated. Interviewed by the great Joe Rogan. I don't give a damn if he's controversial. It's a little badass. And now Bo Nickel 5-0, 5 first round finishes, 4 in minute and 2 seconds or less. Bo Nickel, welcome to the UFC, son. That was for real. For real, for real. He's announcing that his wife is pregnant. I like that. Okay. I like this guy. It's hard not to like this guy. So he'll be a good husband and a good dad. Saying, you know, they talk about all this like toxic masculinity bullshit or like we need to shit on men. That's a good fucking guy right there. It's also good to be a good husband and a good father. This guy's fucking cool. I like this guy. This guy's won me over. He's like a pretty cool, good dude. I like it. As we see, Max Crosby, Las Vegas Raiders defensive end, in the stands. And Mel Gibson, hey asshole, how you doing, you son of a bitch? Oh, Jose Aldo, 2023 UFC Hall of Fame inductee. What up? And current UFC welterweight champion Leon Rocky Edwards. Badass SOB. I like this stuff, man. I love this sport. I love it. Hold on a second, guys. There we go. And we also see Johnny Knoxville, the prank panel series premiere tomorrow, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on ABC. And he's with Theo Von, crazy redneck comedian, and David Spade. That's not a bad comedy panel right there. Comedy group of guys. Yeah, David Spade, what's up? Chris Farley's better than you and you know it. All right. That was cool. That was cool. Next fight up could be a fight of the night candidate. This is a phenomenal card, if we're going to be honest. Knockout, what are they showing me? Sponsored by Bet 365. The next fight up, Jalen Turner versus Dan Hooker. I don't care if it is a catchweight fight. If Jalen Turner really can progress in the lightweight division. His last fight, to be fair, he lost to Matus Gamrot in March 4th, UFC 285. It was they went the distance, lost by decision. He was actually supposed to fight Dan Hooker on March 4th. That got taken out, unfortunately, but now they're about to have it. Jalen Turner, by submission, beat Brad Riddell, UFC 276 in 5 seconds by submission. He also knocked out in 46 seconds Jamie Malarkey, UFC 272. He submitted Uros Medic round one. This guy, to be fair, been in the UFC since 2018. In his first fight, he lost to Vicente Luca. But does he have any other names? The Tarantula, 6'3", 158, welterweight and lightweight. 19 fights, he's 13-6. He's been in the UFC since 2018, and he is 6-3, beating nobody in particular, really, to be honest. But to be fair, in his wins, 9 by knockout, 4 by submission, he's never won by decision. So he has a 100% finish rate in wins, and I respect the fuck out of that. And he's won with a couple rear naked chokes, guillotine, and a triangle choke, as well as just a lot of fucking knockouts. Yeah. That's a good fight. I want to look at Dan Hooker right now. To be fair, let's see Dan Hooker's resume. The Hangman, as he's called, from Auckland, New Zealand. He is 33 years old. He's 22-12, 11 wins by knockout, 7 by submission, 4 by decision. He has beaten the likes of Al Iaquinta, James Vick, Paul Felder, Gilbert Burns back in 2018, who is far better than him. He's also beaten Gene Miller, lost to Yair Rodriguez back in 2015 in UFC 192. And in the UFC, he is 12-8. Damn, man. Yeah. No, actually, I take that back. He's 12. Wait, what? 12-8. Wait, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. All right. All right. I like that better. And we see people outside of Las Vegas Stadium or T-Mobile Arena. Anybody who uses T-Mobile is awesome. Well, who the fuck cares about T-Mobile? Who am I kidding? It's another. Darren Hooker versus Jalen Turner, maybe a catchweight fight, but this is going to be a barn burner right here. Two guys who could fucking swing and knock the fucking shit out of an absolute military tanker. The Tarantula versus Hangman. And I don't know if any of you are wrestling fans. We're not talking about Hangman Adam Page. We are talking about Hangman Dan Hooker versus the Hangman. I don't appreciate your blonde hair. You look like a dumbass Backstreet Boy. But Tarantula, I like your name. It's a cool name. Jalen Turner, the Tarantula. But you could go. I think Jalen Turner is going to make his name for himself and put the UFC on notice in this fight. Has a chance to be fight of the night candidate. Hey, and I'm not saying all the other fights are not going to be phenomenal. This is a great card we have lined up tonight, including 2 title fights. But this could be fight of the night as far as I can tell. I'm going to be honest. This could end up being absolutely fight of the night. And Dan Hooker about to make his presence felt, as is Jalen Turner. These guys can knock you out. They can submit you, beat you into oblivion, put you in the ground and smile. Okay, I sound like a lunatic. I am. It is what it is. But these guys are lunatics, crazy asses. I love this sport. UFC 290, get ready. It says again, fight of the night candidate for me right now. Megan O'Leary. Maybe a little bit of crop top. It looks like a small amount of crop top is. Well, it's not that small. It's just like a little short, but it looks like she got a 6-pack of abs. Good for you, Megan O'Leary. More power to you. You probably want to show that shit off. I don't blame you. Any man, woman, or child, any man or woman, let me change that, who wants to show that off, why wouldn't you? But most of us got a gut. Dan Hooker coming in, one of 7 active New Zealand-born UFC fighters, including, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, actually, is Alexander Volkanovski. Is he Australian? Or is he from New Zealand? Hold on a second. I had to check that out. He's the Australian. I take that back. Thought he was from New Zealand. I know Israel Adesanya lives in New Zealand. Or is born in Nigeria, raised in New Zealand. If I'm not mistaken. And Dan Hooker coming to the ring again. You're like a Backstreet Boy with that blonde hair. I'll let it go, though, because you a badass SOB. For real. For real, for real. Tied, by the way, Dan Hooker tied with 5th highest takedown defense in UFC lightweight history at 90%. One of 10 front kick knockouts in UFC history. Defeated Claudio Puelles in UFC 281, November 12, 2022, and finished 18 of 22 wins. 11 by knockout, 7 by submission. This is one of the most dangerous men, the Hangman. Again, not Hangman Adam Page, but Hangman Dan Hooker, the Hangman, in the UFC today. Very underrated. Number 12 ranked in the UFC lightweight division. And a really cool devil tattoo on the back of his upper back. That's pretty badass. Everything badass about you, Dan Hooker, except for your haircut. You got a lame ass haircut, makes you look like a bit of a pussy. But I'll let it go because you can fucking go. Here comes the tarantula, Jalen Turner. The man, the myth, the legend, guy. Even if it's a catchweight fight, if he wins this, he'll still. If he makes this statement victory, he makes it a statement victory. Enough said. And he could very well do that tonight. Make it a statement. Making a statement right here, right now. Get this Vegas crowd with you. Jalen Turner, born Los Angeles, California. Instagram at the Tarantula. It's pretty badass. You didn't have to put a number around it. At the Instagram. And Twitter at Jalen Turner. The number ranked, the 11th ranked, straight out of the USA, in the lightweight division, Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner. Second largest significant strike differential among active UFC lightweights, plus 2.04 per minute. Third highest knockdown rate among active UFC lightweights, 0.91 per 15 minutes. They finished all 13 wins. Like I said earlier, 9 knockouts, 4 submissions. So these guys take you to the ground and pound you, put you into submission, as well as knock your lights out. Knock your damn lights out. Jalen Turner rocking around the ring, trying to make his presence felt. The second fight of the night is upon us. And it's going to be, again, I predict this is the fight of the night. I think this is going to be a slugfest of massive proportions. All right, tail of the tape. Jalen Turner, 5 years younger at 28, 3 inches taller, tallest active UFC lightweight. And Jalen Turner, 2.5 pounds more at 158. Like I said, it's a catch weight fight. And he's 2-inch reach advantage. And Jalen Turner is a minus 275 favorite. And here we go with Bruce Buffer once again. Dan Hooker, one of 5-7 active New Zealand-born fighters in the UFC. And the crowd is loving him. Vegas is loving Dan Hangman Hooker. Sounds like a porn star name. Jalen Turner, by the way, is a 5-1 a UFC favorite. Here comes Dan Hooker. Fight 2. The second fight, which again, my prediction is fight of the night. And here we go. Out to lock horns. Jalen Turner in the black trunks. I'm sorry, Dan Hooker in the white trunks. Jalen Turner in the black trunks. Jalen Turner look like he wants to corner prey right over here. Dan Hooker looking a little indecisive, whereas Jalen Turner looks a lot more in control in the early moments of this fight. As he the man. Okay. Dan Hooker definitely a kick. No good. Nice kick by Jalen Turner. Oh, nice punch by Jalen Turner to open the fight. Well, to open the first connection. Ooh. Looks like Dan Hooker accidentally hit Jalen Turner in the family jewels, the balls. Jalen Turner was a little bit like he wins. Let's watch this again. Dan Hooker accidentally kicked. Ooh, he landed right in the testicles, balls. As we have an official timeout. All right, fight back in. All right, we're back. Jalen Turner again looking locked, cocked, and loaded right here. Dan Hooker trying to make something happen, but he can't. Well, he will. But whatever. Let's watch this. All right. Ooh. All right. Both men. Not much happening right now. Not much action in the first minute and a half of the fight. And Turner hit a nice little punch right there. Both men still sizing each other up. Ooh. Nice kick by Jalen Turner. It looked like it was blocked by Dan Hooker. Ooh. Ooh, nice spin kick from Jalen Turner right there. Ooh, both men starting to knock each other. Got into a clinch for a second. Ooh, nice try from Dan the Hangman Hooker. Ooh. All right, a little over 2 minutes to go in the first round. Nice kick from Dan Hooker. Not much impact though from it. I thought this match would have a lot more. Oh, here comes a kick from Jalen Turner. This match would have a lot more action in it in the first round, but it has been very much just like not that much whatsoever. Ooh. Clench again for both men. We're going to clench for a second. Both men trade calf knee kicks to the knee. Ooh, nice punch from Jalen Turner. Ooh, nice punch from Jalen Turner once again. Minute left in the first round. 1 minute warning. I don't even know at this point, with a minute left, who's really winning this round. It feels very, 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 very incredibly even. And once again, ooh, nice punch. Nice head kick from Dan Hooker. And Jalen Turner was swinging wildly at Dan Hooker. He leaves a little bit ambushed right there. Dan Hooker did. Oh, under 30 seconds. 20 seconds remaining in the first round. Ooh! Nice punches by both men. Ooh, Dan Hooker, Jalen Turner swinging wildly with about 7 seconds remaining in the round. Oh, Jalen Turner giving him some punches. 3, 2, 1. And boring for the most part first round that ended wildly and excitedly. for both men. Nice. To be honest, all of these fights could be fight of the night. They're doing way too good for it not to be that way. Right. Dan Hooker, I love that devil tattoo on your that same tattoo on your back. That is so freaking cool. Yeah. Fuck. All right. Second round in play right now. Like I said, that was a very even first round. It ended excitedly. It was kind of boring for the most part. I was surprised. Both of these strikers had very few strikes between that landed between each other. Isaiah Hooker landed on Jalen Turner just now. Jalen Turner trying to make something happen. Oh, gets a couple punches on Dan Hooker. Ooh. Dan Hooker trying to get some punches in. All right, Jalen. Tired already, man. Yeah. All right, halfway through this round, and it's been a bore fest. Oh, nice head kick from Jalen Turner, and Dan Hooker desperately, I think, is holding on to Jalen Turner to try to keep himself up on his all standing. Ooh, now it's getting a little wild right now, midway through the second round. Dan Hooker catches Jalen Turner's kick. Both stay on their feet. But Jalen Turner, sorry, Dan Hooker already bleeding. Looks like he's busted up. His nose is busted up. Damn. Ooh, nice punch from Dan Hooker. Well, these fighters, I was surprised to say this is not the fight of the night. This is Boar Fest of the night. Oh, Dan Hooker coming with some punches every time I say that. Becoming less of a Boar Fest. Dan Hooker slugging it out. Oh, man, he's taking it out down. He's giving them the business right now. He's drilling it, absolutely killing it. Oh, Dan Hooker wildly swinging on Jalen Turner. Turner, give me some more. Around the round here, give me some more. Everybody spread love, give me some more. If you want to let me hear you say, give me some more. Dan Hooker gets knocked down, trying to take the fight to the ground. As you know, Dan Hooker is absolutely demolishing Jalen Turner. He's trying to go for a rear naked choke right now. Getting on the back of Jalen Turner. And he's got him in a rear naked choke. It looks like Dan Hooker. I guess the round ended, and he got lucky before he could get out of that rear naked choke. Great ending fight. Oh man, Dan Hooker made the fight absolutely exciting right there, man. For real. Absolutely excitement towards the end of the round as Dan Hooker made Jalen Turner look like a clown. Nice head kick we see. Perfectly landed head kick by Jalen Turner onto Dan Hooker. And Dan Hooker desperately trying to stay up and does great elbow shot as we see from elbow from Jalen Turner onto Dan Hooker. And Dan Hooker just started swinging wildly and threw caution to the wind. He just started to take matters in his own hands and ended with a rear naked choke. And Jalen Turner got lucky that it ended like that. The round was over. It was absolutely spectacular and beautiful right there. As we start third and final round. Can Dan Hooker continue on his momentum and fucking finish off the tarantula? Can he hang the tarantula and put it out to dry? Both men, Jalen Turner and Dan Hooker now throwing caution to the wind, just teeing off on each other. This has become a wild, exasperous fight. Both men know what's on the line. Everything. This is the UFC pay-per-view, the biggest fight promotion in the world. Most badass fight promotion in the world. And now they're both bringing the pain. Yes, Adam Martin. Dan Hooker is, in fact, fighting a great fight tonight. That round was, oh my goodness, Randy Brown. That round was a roller coaster. 19-19 after the second, 2 more seconds, and Hooker won that fight. Agreed, Paul Fontaine. Dan is a goddamn savage indeed. And Jalen Turner takes down Dan Hooker, but Dan Hooker, takes him down. Good move by Jalen Turner, most definitely. He wants to win the fight. He needs to win the fight. He wants to make it happen. So you got to send it to the ground because Dan Hooker's fists know way too much. Turner, 81 of 163, 50%. Hooker, 84, 155, 150, 56% significant strikes. And Dan Hooker just kicking the shit out of Jalen Turner. He's knocked him down. He's got him on the ground and pound time. Jalen Turner is trying to survive desperately. Trying to survive. And Dan Hooker looks like he had him. I don't know why the ref didn't stop it. Jalen Turner trying to take Hangman to the ground. And it has worked. He needed to desperately because he was on his ass on the ground. He knows he can't fight a straight-up striking match and win against Hangman Dan Hooker. 2.5 minutes left in round 3. And I don't even know who's won so far. Right now it's a chess match. Who's winning? Because it's 1-1, round 1 and round 2. It's split between the two. The two gladiators. I'm convinced it's 1919. All right, with a little over 2 minutes to go in round 3. Oh, God. One hell of a fight tonight, I'll tell you. Jalen Turner trying to get some sort, even though if he's on his ass, some sort of momentum, some sort of submission victory tonight. It looks like, he's not in submission, he's on the ground. But Dan Hooker is in top position, which does not bode well in any way, shape, or form for Jalen Turner. But he needs to survive. He doesn't only need to survive; he needs to make a statement within the last minute, in the last 60 plus seconds of the fight. Both men look absolutely exhausted. And there's not that much left. They're at this point just running on momentum as Dan Hooker is standing up right now, giving Jalen Turner some punches. Jalen Turner desperately, feverishly trying to figure out a way to put him in, to put Dan Hooker into submission of some sort. Because right now, I think Dan Hooker, after watching significant fights, with 30 seconds to go, if nothing else changes, Dan Hooker has won this contest. And even though he won't be going from rank 12 to 11 because it's a cash-weight fight due to Jalen Turner, who just got up right now, being three pounds overweight, over the weight limit. This is a big win for Dan Hooker. I was predicting Jalen Turner. He looks like he's the up-and-coming guy. But Dan Hooker said, tonight your night, kid. 3, 2, 1, fight over. Both feel it was a very good fight. I'm not going to say it wasn't. It was a chess match. It started out slow and ended wildly, or at least moments where it was absolutely wild as hell. But you got to give it up. Dan Hooker, great comeback fight for him. He needed this fight to say, hey, I'm still here. Even though he's still a ranked fighter, even though he's still dangerous, to me, he's still a guy who needed this more than Jalen Turner. They both needed it absolutely and desperately. But career-wise, I honestly felt that Dan Hooker needed it more. And it was a wild fight, a lot of wild moments. Dan Hooker needed it more, and I think he scores a pinfall victory. Well, not a pinfall victory, but you know what I mean. For real. One hell fight. As we watch Alexander Volkanovski is watching Dan Hooker. I guess that's his buddy. I will not guess. It must be. They're both in the same region of the world. Australia and New Zealand connect. And Dan Hooker, I'm glad to say that he dyed his hair during the match because he bled so much that his blonde hair turned red. It's a much better look for you, I must say. It's more cooler than the blonde bullshit. But even if you bled way more, Jay Turner did it. I think you got this. It's yours. Whose world is this? It's yours. It's Dan Hooker's. In whose world is this? It's yours. Dan Hooker won the fucking fight. Well, we're about to tell for real about the judge's decision. Jalen Turner looks frustrated, but come on, bro. You lost that. You lost it. It is what it is, man. You lost. No steal for you. That would have been a stolen victory if Jalen Turner won it because he didn't do enough to make it happen. For real, bro. Back-to-back wins for Dan the Man Hooker. For real. as he gets the honor and privilege of being interviewed by Joe Rogan. Great podcast host, badass UFC commentary. Dan Hooker won by decision, plus 600, so $100 win, 600 for anybody who did that. Good job for anybody who got that. Maybe I need to start betting anybody too. Dan Hooker won. Good fight. Good pay-per-view so far. I think Bo Nickel, though, knockout of the night for me. Jamal Murray in the house. Denver Nuggets point guard, 2023 NBA champion. Miles Teller. I've never heard of you. You're an actor and you got a hot lady in front of you. And this guy, I don't know who this guy is. Who is that? Zhang Weili, UFC strawweight champion versus Amanda Yells, UFC 290. And Rey Mysterio, WWE superstar. Drinking a nice cold beer. Oh, yeah, Ray. And of course, the Bronx, Alex Oliveira. And here comes another big fight. Could be fight of the night. But here could be Robert Whittaker, 25-6 time second most performance was in UFC middleweight history at 8. Going up as DRICUS du Plessis, the guy with the weird name but a lot to prove. Yep. That will be the next fight. DRICUS du Plessis. All right.